And when you finally get to that point, when you master yourself and you finally get yourself in that position where you know exactly why you're doing something, when you're going to do it, how you're going to do it, and defeat ain't even part of the equation. Like, you know that you're going to be successful. Once you finally reach that peak performance level, you're dialed in. There's nothing taking you out of that. No one can convince you that you aren't exactly where you're supposed to be at.
When it comes to legalized bank robbing, I'm the best.
I'm going long in this breaker here. I'll take that. Going long in the order block. Make sure to take a partial here. It's almost like it's random. Stop above the balanced price range. That's a breakaway gap. This fair value gap should stay open. It's a breakaway gap. This is a breakaway gap, but this fair value gap here will take us higher. And thank you very much. Just like clockwork. Well, good morning, good morning, good morning. Back at it. Happy Monday, NFP Monday. Oh, man, good morning, good morning. Early stream today. I didn't feel like waiting around. I'm ready to get right to it, I'll be honest with you. Early stream. We're going to have a long one. I plan on staying on until 12. Let's go. Early stream, for sure. A little pre-market action. Let's go. Taiwan. Okay, that's what's up, Jason. India. Janish. Okay. Okay. Let's go. Let's go. What's up, Yannick? Big Lou. Jen. Roro. Clarice, Noor, Raymond. Who else we got up in this thing? Venus. I see you. Jason. Nigeria. Zambia. Unicorn Queen, good morning. Oh, you're up early. Bright and early. I never really see you in the chat room this early. Let's go. 12 in the UK. PM or AM? 12 PM. Egypt. They got Wi-Fi in Egypt? That's crazy. Maddie, Yassine, Jen, Javier, Uchime, Germany, Romania, India. Houston, H-Town, let's go. That's what I'm talking about. Turkey, Dallas. All right, got some Texas people up in this thing. So we got a tape reading stream today. NFP Monday. Expecting pretty nice price action. We had a pretty noticeable gap open with our new week opening gap here. So that is nice. Nothing's wrong with Egypt. I don't know. It's just different. Like, I don't know. When I think of Egypt, I just think of like pyramids and sand and no internet for some reason. No offense though. Shout out Egypt. That's what's up. I don't know much about Egypt like that. It was just a joke. Argentina. Finishing workout. Afternoon workout. Okay. That's what's up. We're going to wait a couple minutes, let everybody get in here, and then we are going to jump straight into it. Morocco. Okay, South Africa. Yeah, Egypt. Maybe I gotta go visit Egypt one day. That's pretty cool. Switzerland. Shout out Switzerland. So apparently, the stock exchange after hours is doing some interesting stuff. How about that? The New York Stock Exchange on Friday announced plans to extend trading on its all-electronic exchange to 22 hours a day. Under the new plan, trading on the New York Stock Exchange electronic exchange would open at 1:30 a.m. and close at 11:30 p.m. Eastern Time on weekdays, subject to regulatory approval. The New York Stock Exchange plans to file updated rules for extended trading with the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission. The New York Stock Exchange on Friday announced its plan to extend trading in its all-electronic exchange. How about that? That's interesting. That is interesting. I don't get why a lot of people are freaking out. It's still, nothing really changes with that. So that's very interesting though. 22 hours a day. But I already see from, yep, exactly, Alpha Trader or Alpha Farmer, I already see people saying, oh, looks like I'm not getting no sleep. They're extending market hours. Looks like I'm gonna be up all night. Like that's not how you should that's not how you should be addressing that. Like, if anything, nothing should change. It's just stock market's open longer, but that doesn't mean for you to take more trades. I already see people getting excited. Oh, I'm finna pass my funded account. More time in front of the charts. Like, don't do that. If they could keep the market open 24 hours, treat it like Bitcoin, that does not mean be in front of your charts all day, every day. It's just extended hours, and it's after hours. Most of the volatility, all the volatility is still going to be in the morning session. I already see people like already saying, oh man, finna be up all night. You might as well go to Vegas. But that's very interesting. I will say that. That's very interesting. So we'll get started at, we'll just call it 9 o'clock, 30 minutes before the opening bell. We'll do a quick rundown throughout the markets, see what it's looking like. It is also Private Mentorship Week. I'm so freaking excited. 2025 Private Mentorship registration opens Friday, November 1st, 2024, 4 p.m. Eastern Time. That's going to be so freaking awesome. Let's go. Let's go. What's up from Mexico? Mexico. Shout out Mexico. Good morning, Deborah. Let's go. Let's see. Un momento. Bangladesh. Get this out real quick. All right, just sent out a link to private mentorship information. Again, that drops this Friday, November 1st at 4 p.m. Eastern Time. For those interested, the link is in the chat room. So looking at the NASDAQ here, 15-minute chart, watching this little inversion fair value gap. We have a lot of liquidity up here. Okay, we have the buy side above this high, obviously. We have an old weekly high, which is obviously buy side, and these are relative equal highs. This high is lower than this high here, making this high probability relative equal highs. So I like to see us work into all this liquidity here, preferably before the opening bell, but that's not required. And let's go ahead and clear all of this off before we start our top-down analysis. start with the dollar index. Gonna grab a quick drink of water. Give me like 2 minutes and then we'll be right back. All right. Let's get it. Clean my stuff off real quick. Clear this off, take that off, take that off. We're going to start off on the dollar index. So dollar really since late September going into October, huge expansion, consistent green up close candles. And now we're kind of slowing down a little bit here in the SIBI. Okay. So this is your daily SIBI low. And as far as dollar index, I still like the buy side above this high to be taken out. But a reasonable thing to expect is a retracement, especially after moving this much. So with this down close candle, if we eat through this down close candle, which I'm treating as a bullish order block on the daily chart, then I'll be expecting price to trade down to this SIBI, or not SIBI, BISI, or at least to equilibrium of this range, which is why I'm choosing this fair value gap. So take this low all the way to this high. If we get through this down close candle here, I'm looking at this fair value gap as my next draw for dollar. All right. What kind of language are they speaking in the chat? What in the world? I'm about to slap a translator on that. We'll see what they're talking about. And dollar index, I'm gonna wait till after the open to really break down dollar when the volatility picks up. But we have this volume imbalance here, and then we have sell side, which is Friday's low. But I'm gonna wait till after 9:30 to really get into that. Let's take a look at. Should probably turn that off, huh? Siri, turn off all of my alarms.
I turned off all your.
All right, that was loud. I don't know why she yelling. Let's see. Let's hop to the Dow. All right, balanced price range consolidation here in the Dow. We have this small little volume imbalance, which is part of this large fair value gap. Trading into that there. We have this long wick. I'm slapping quadrants on it, especially looking at consequent encroachment. So consequent encroachment comes in at 42,515. And that is your daily premium wick consequent encroachment. All right, let's go to a 15-minute chart. Buy side here, really smooth for the Dow, really smooth. And we have all of this inefficiency up here. So definitely looking for buy side to get ran out for the Dow. Also this high, we have like a quadruple top, way too clean, way too smooth. These people have been making money going into the close, or this is Sunday right here. So people who trailed their stop losses above this high on Friday are still safe, but now that market's opened up, I like to see that taken out, get them out of the market. And then again, all these inefficiencies up here. So focus for the Dow. For now, bullish, looking for buy side. All right, 5-minute chart. Breakaway gap. Fair value gap staying open. That's bullish. Bodies closing outside the fair value gap. Okay, trading a consequent encroachment, then taking off. All of that is signatures of bullish price action. So definitely looking for the clean highs. Let's go to S&P. Slap on some new week opening gaps. Large new week opening gap this week. It's pretty nice. All right, so that is your new week opening gap for ES. And then we have quadrants on this wick that I'm looking at. Upper quadrant, and then of course the buy side, which is Friday's high. So same thing. Premium wick, consequent encroachment from the daily chart. And then we'll also put on the upper quadrant, see if S&P wants to reach for that. All right, let's drop down to a 15-minute chart on ES. Buy side above this high here, too clean, too smooth. And then if S&P wants to get animated above the buy side, I'll be looking at premium wick 75% as a draw, the order block, and then possibly the buy side, best case scenario. So those are my 3 targets I'm looking at: buy side, order block, premium wick, and there's really 4, which is the buy side here as well. 5-minute chart looks just like the Dow. Fair value gap staying open is bullish. Staying open, breaker, clean highs. All right. And last but not least, let's head to the NASDAQ chart. And weekly chart, the nearest new week opening gap is here. But I'm going to keep that off my chart for now until, or rather unless NASDAQ is really animated to the upside. So let's drop down to a daily. Friday's high in the crosshairs. Again, this is all pre-market. This is all before the opening bell, so anything can change come 9:30. But buy side above this high. We also have the order block. Okay, this opening price, 2 consecutive up close candles before this rotation lower. Opening price is your most sensitive price point, so you want to extend that through. And I'll be watching to see how we trade at this level here. And that is your daily bearish order block open. Change that. And let's do oh shit. Whoops, excuse my French. A spider literally just came up out of nowhere from under my laptop and it's on the wall. It scared the hell out of me. Like literally, it's like it. That's insane. I gotta kill that, but I'm gonna finish this first. He has about 5 minutes to live. NASDAQ, buy side above these highs. Buy side, same thing as S&P and the Dow. Nothing crazy. 5-minute chart. All right, I'm watching these two down close candles and this fair value gap. I like for that to take us higher into the buy side, and then our premium arrays up here. All right, let me kill this spider real quick, but we're gonna sit on the 5-minute chart until about 9:15, and then we'll drop down. 1 second. All right. Had to take care of that. Let's see. R.I.P. He actually didn't die. I got the little broom pan thing, and then I just put him outside. Black people can trade? Crazy, right? Join the Discord, you might learn something. Let me see. Let me scroll up to the chat. I think I missed some stuff. French guy. Philip, my weekend was good. My weekend was great. Nah, Philip, I didn't flame you last week. That was really for trading pips, whatever his name was, catching pips. I forget. I wasn't talking about you. But my weekend was good. It was really good. Went to what did I do? Just spent a lot of time with family. Went to the not the Rockets game. Went to the Texans game last night or last afternoon. It was fun. Good dub for the Texans. Spent some time with family. Un momento. Because this bug is not dead, and it should be. I don't know what's going on today. He deleted his comment. Dinner with Mrs. It was good. It was good. I think Whiskey Cake is our favorite spot. What's ICT video first? Previous live stream on YouTube, you mentioned ICT died into fair value gap in one of the lectures. That was the September 6th lecture. September 6th, I believe, where he talks about fair value gaps and just like a deep study on fair value gaps. All right, so somebody asked, can I go over gold? I forgot about gold. Daily chart for gold, still in this range. Gonna go straight down to a 15-minute chart. But before that, let me look at dollar one more time. So right now, dollar is looking bearish. It's been trending lower. All these fair value gaps staying open, signs of bearishness. Up close candle, bearish order block. We also have a small little SIBI in here, but I'm watching this low, which is sell side, for my draw on dollar. And since I'm expecting lower prices in dollar, I like to see higher prices in everything else. So with that being said, let's go back to gold. Buy side, these equal highs here. It's cleaner on like a 5-minute or 1-minute chart, but relative equal highs. And then we have this buy side above this high here. And then let's go to 5-minute chart. There's your equal highs, a little cleaner. So I want higher prices in gold. These are my targets. And quick look at euro dollar. Working that daily fair value gap. Something I'm noticing right away on the daily chart. We zoom in really tight. Our current daily candle failed to touch that daily fair value gap. All right, so to me, that's signs of bullishness because we failed to touch the high of it and we're starting to move away from it. So 15-minute chart. I like how it's looking because if dollar's looking bearish, I like to see higher prices in the forex pairs. Clean highs all throughout here. But I'm looking at this order block first, see how we trade there. So below this 15-minute order block. And then we have the buy side above this high. All right, back to NQ. Again, I'm watching this 15-minute inversion fair value gap. It's also a balanced price range. Single pass down, single pass up. This candle open, trade it down, trade it up. So this is balanced here. I'm watching to see if that can take us higher into the buy side. But once we reach the opening bell at 9:30, I'm kind of dropping my bias for the first 30 minutes after the opening bell, which is the opening range. I'm not really going to hold a bias, and then we'll reanalyze the chart around 9:45 and see what it's looking like. But for now, pre-market, I'm looking at this fair value gap here. If we drop down to a 5-minute chart, fair value gap. And then if we go to a 1-minute chart, imbalance here, use as resistance here, draw it all the way through. And then I'm watching to see, can we get speed above this high, buy side, and then our premium targets up here. But if we don't get this before 9:30, then I'm dropping my bias and we'll come back at around 9:45. So let's chill on a 5-minute chart till then. And we'll just wait to see what we get at the open. I like how all this sell side was disrupted, clean lows taken out. So that's really nice. right, let me see. Lions blew them out. Hey. Oil. Nah, I don't look at oil. Did you get your 2.5%? Nah, I made like 1.5. I didn't reach my 2.5% last week. Morning session. I couldn't even find a setup in the morning session. I think morning session last week, I had, 2 or 3 L's and like 2 break-even trades on Friday. So most of my wins came from Asia. But I only traded my live account, I think, on Tuesday. Wednesday, Thursday. I didn't trade my live account on Wednesday, Thursday, and I traded my live account on Friday, and those 2 trades were break even. But I caught setups during Asia, so. But last week, it's just, I told everybody in the Discord that I was kind of chilling on my trade frequency because we're in this daily consolidation, and I sent out, unless we get above this high on a closing basis or get beneath this low on a closing basis, I'm not really interested in taking any trades. So most of my executions in the live stream I only took on paper. I didn't copy them on my real account except for Friday. I did not trade Asia. I told the Discord before Asia even kicked off to be careful, and Asia was trash. It was trash. It was just ranging. What's up, Zishan? So we got about 11 minutes to the opening bell. Let me see a couple of housekeeping things before the opening bell. Full access, lifetime members in the Discord. Homework submissions are closed. That was due before the webinar on Saturday. So any homework submitted now, I won't be grading it. Also, check the weekly live stream schedule I sent out. There's a lot of streams happening this week since the private mentorship's coming out. I want to do a lot of streams before leading up to Friday, and then homework will be graded. I'll try to get that graded tonight. I don't have any plans today, so I should have a lot of free time to just sit back and check those, and then I'll assign the next assignment probably either tonight or tomorrow. There's no market review today because it's Monday, so I'll probably get that next assignment out to y'all tonight, and then it'll be due probably Saturday again before the webinar. The audio should be fine. It's just on your end. Nah, I don't think this is seek and destroy. Does my stop loss work on Asia? It better work. Of course my stop loss works during Asia, or else me and TradeStation gonna have a problem. But no, I did not trade Asia. I told everybody in the Discord, be careful picking setups last night because I was already expecting a mediocre Asian session, and we pretty much did a whole bunch of nothing. This is Asia. I have a lot of videos on my channel about fair value gaps, inversion fair value gaps, and all that. NASDAQ trading into this balanced price range. We also have a SIBI here. Let's see, Friday's trading, we closed at 20,476. We're currently trading at, oh well, duh, it's right here. So we're gonna have a pretty nice sized opening range gap when we open in about 7 minutes. It's gonna be from this candle's close all the way to whatever our opening price is at 9:30. Let's go ahead and put on our midnight opening prices. For those in the Discord, the webinar we just had Saturday, we did a nice study on the 3 opening prices, so keep that in mind as we read price action today. Apply what we learned on Saturday, because you can already see where we're trading at. Now we're just waiting on that 10 o'clock opening price. So for those who are taking notes in the webinar, you should already be expecting what we talked about. Is it me or price has been hard to read lately? No, last week was difficult. Last week was difficult, for sure. I mean, we're in a daily consolidation for the past week and a half or so. IBR, I mean, I don't know. I use TradeStation. It always lets me set my stop loss and all that when I'm trading Asia, so I don't really know what to tell you. If Trump wins the election, what is your expectation for the market? I really don't know. This is my first time trading around election year, so I don't know, but I'm just going to trade and do the same thing I've been doing regardless of who wins the election. I could really care less who wins. Like, no, I don't really care. Let's take a quick glance at the dollar index. So S&P trading around constant encroachment of that daily wick. The Dow, I still like the buy side. We just formed like a nice triple top, so definitely expecting Dow to run this out soon. Dollar index, we're chasing higher. I still favor the sell side for now until I see some clean, clear displacement. Gold, I still like the buy side. And Euro dollar just fell short of these two up close candles, which is a bearish order block. All right. Opening bell in about 3 minutes. Again, once the opening bell hits the market, we're going to clear off all of our drawings and then form a new fresh bias around 9:45 using the opening range gap, using our opening prices, and then we'll do a quick swift through the other markets, see what it's looking like. Again, I don't know if it does anything, but if you guys don't mind, make sure to like the live stream. Supposedly, liking the live stream pushes it out there or whatever, so more people can find it on their homepage or whatever. I don't know if that's true, but if it is, it would be greatly appreciated if y'all can like the live. Like, comment, share it to your friends, whoever. If you have trading friends, trading buddies, send it to them. And we can have a little party up in here, so that would be greatly appreciated, honestly. Much appreciated. I appreciate all of y'all. Can we love the live stream? I would hope so. That would be even better, huh? Do you do the same analysis in your Discord? Yes. Discord, I actually trade live. So right now, today, we're just tape reading price. We're going to try to walk it down on the 1 minute chart and highlight targets and all that. But as far as pressing buttons and actually executing, showing my entries and all that, I only do that in the Discord. Tuesday through Friday, I'm live trading. Every Monday is a free stream publicly on YouTube, which is what we're doing now. Discord link pinned in the chat room, also in the description of this live stream. This is a really large new week opening gap. No buy side or sell side delivered between this candle's high and that candle's low. So it's an actual liquidity void. If we fail to trade to that and we continue to move away, that's really bullish, but I'm keeping my eye on this here. 30 seconds to the opening bell. Do I do private one-on-one sessions? That is coming in the mentorship 2025. One-on-one sessions, Zoom calls, one-on-one meetings, group meetings, helping build your model and all that, that's coming in their private mentorship. Registration opens this Friday, 4 p.m. Only 30 spots available. So got some French supporters. Let's go. Love to hear it. All right, it's 9:30. Gonna form a fresh bias. I want to see what NASDAQ wants to do here. So Dow just took out its buy side. Perfect. Exactly what I wanted to see. Euro dollar, not really doing much as of right now. Let me take off this micro contract. NASDAQ breaking lower. I'm watching to see if we want to reach, this is our current new week opening gap, which is also an actual liquidity void. No buy side or sell side has been offered. So if NASDAQ wants to get animated to the downside, I'll be looking for this. And then I'll be observing to see how we trade in here. Do we completely run through it? We have liquidity down here. Old daily highs within the last 3 days. So we're going to observe this till about 9:45, and then we'll hop on the 1 minute chart and do what we do every week. Dow ripping even higher. S&P trading into a, that's a 1 minute chart, 1 second. 5 minute BISI. Dow really strong. Now again, my thought process is if we fail to trade here, we can't even reach it, and we start moving away, to me that's bullish. So I'm watching to see if NASDAQ even has a willingness to get down here. Because I'm also on my separate screen. Here's the Dow. Completely blasting through those equal highs. We have all these inefficiencies we talked about. So repricing in all of this. S&P, fair value gap, and then same thing as the Dow, my draw for ES. These clean highs up here, way too clean. And we talked about the bearish order block as the next draw. And then instead if S&P gets really animated, we're looking for the buy side. Let's go ahead and annotate that. Alright. So I'll be watching to see if S&P can possibly make a run for that. Look at the Dow. That's so nice. Dollar index, I'm still looking for sell side. Let's go back to the NASDAQ. So NASDAQ out of the all three indices is looking currently the weakest, but we've just taken out sell side here. And we have inefficiencies here that we traded into on NQ. Fair value gap, order block. You don't see a fair value gap here on your 5 minute chart with this 6 p.m. candle, but if you drop down, we have inefficiencies all throughout that. So now I'm watching this wick. Since Dow and S&P are looking bullish, I'm watching this wick to see if it senses higher and acts as a discount PD array, meaning I'm watching its consequent encroachment. If we trade through consequent encroachment, okay, that's bearish. If we fail to trade to midpoint of the wick and start to move away, that's bullish. I'm watching the bodies. Do we close above it? Does the midpoint of this wick offer support? Those are all things that I'm looking at. But NASDAQ, or not NASDAQ, Dow is just tearing higher. So I'm watching to see if NQ wants to catch up or if we're going to stay mixed for a while. Appreciate that, Cody. I appreciate that. Thank you. Might hit 10,000 subscribers this week, which is insane. Absolutely insane. Again, I'm watching this wick in his midpoint. I'm watching to see if there's any support in that, if that can take us higher. I'm not demanding that, but since S&P and Dow and gold and euro are looking bullish, gold just took out one of our buy side targets, by the way. Since all those other markets are looking strong and bullish, I'm looking for reasons for NASDAQ to possibly want to catch up. And right now, that's this wick here, created with your 930 candle. Bagged and tagged, buy side above this high, and then we have buy side above this high here for gold. So targets getting smashed left and right. I'm highlighting this in gray because I'm not saying that this is a buying opportunity, but any PD array that I highlight in gray, I'm more or less just observing it. PD arrays that I highlight in blue, I'm expecting that to take us higher. Red, I'm expecting that to take us lower. But whenever I do something in gray like this, I'm just watching it because I don't want people to think that that's a signal, because I do not give out signals. So I'm watching to see how this candle closes. Do we completely overlap that wick and make a lower low than the 930 candle? Or do we find support in it? How's my day going? My day's going great. It's an amazing day. I appreciate that, Jordan. Day's going great. It's a beautiful Monday. I'm moving out on November 9th into my new place. I got my apartment loaded with boxes, ready to get up out of here. It's a good day. It's a great day. Hopefully your day's how's your day going, Jordan? Forget me. How's your day going? So S&P still working that 5-minute fair value gap. Dow just going higher. Past 3 Apex accounts, let's go. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Good stuff. Congrats. Now go get those payouts. So far, this candle closed above midpoint of the wick. Failed to completely touch the low of it. And it's 9:40, so let's go back and run through the higher time frames for all the markets real quick, and then we're going to drop down to a 1-minute chart on NASDAQ. So I always, whenever I do my higher time frame analysis after the opening bell, I always like to start with a clean, naked chart, except for these levels, because these are old, previous days high and low for the last 3 days, and previous week high and low for the past 3 weeks. Those are levels you definitely need to have on your chart. But other than that, I like starting with a clean chart. Dollar index, we'll keep these annotations on here. Fair value gap, SIBI, trading into the low of it there, coming back down. We have sell side underneath this low on the daily chart. We also have this volume imbalance here. 15-minute chart, balanced price range. Okay, if we eat through this balanced price range, obviously I'm looking for sell side, and we have sell side here. All right, just joined Lifetime Discord. Hey now, that's what's up. Glad to have you in there. Shout out to all the Lifetime members. That means you're planning on sticking around for a while, so I really do appreciate that. 2025 is going to be a great year. It's going to be a phenomenal year. We're just getting started for real. All right, so dollar. Really keeping somewhat of a neutral bias on dollar. Let's look at gold. So gold in this little range on the daily chart. Drop down to a 15. There's your first buy side. I'm still looking to see if we want to make a run for the buy side up here. 5-minute chart. That's pretty much all I'm worried about. Let's take a look at the Dow. Dow, we have this daily fair value gap and Friday's high. Should we stay bullish? Which right now I'm looking at a 5-minute chart for Dow, and it's looking like it may want to make a run for this fair value gap here. So we're gonna annotate the low of that, and that is your daily SIBI low. All right, 15-minute chart. Buy side we highlighted before the open, blasted through at 9:30. We have the low of that daily fair value gap, and then obviously the buy side above this high. Now, I always teach this a lot because people miss out on opportunities to pay themselves. Whenever you have a situation like this, where yes, there's buy side above this high, but notice the bodies are relatively staying in the same spot. This candle's closed, that candle's open, this candle's open. Okay, the bodies are mainly right here, but we have this long wick. The wicks is like the smallest piece of price action, like that's very minuscule. Okay, the bulk of the volumes in the bodies of the candle. So if Dow were to run out and trade above this closing price, that's a partial, that is a rejection block. Your highest closing price in a swing high, that's your rejection block. So 15-minute. And then should we tag that, you're watching to see if NASDAQ wants to make a run for the buy side. All right, so those are my 3 targets I'm looking for. As far as the Dow, looking pretty strong. Let's look at S&P, and then we'll hop to the NASDAQ. The one-on-one meeting will have additional charge? No. The private mentorship, it includes all that. One-on-one meetings, helping you build your model. We have group sessions, lecture videos, webinars, teachings, live trading, paper trading, tape reading, homework assignments. Like, the mentorship is man, like, it's gonna be crazy. We turn in traders profitable all year. I'm just letting y'all know. Daily chart for S&P. Okay, we highlighted midpoint of this wick. We also have the upper quadrant here. Let's see. We have a couple of new day opening gaps nearby. I'm just going to keep this one on my chart for now. Let's go to a 15-minute chart. All right, working that level here. Trading down. I still like the buy side above this high as a draw, especially if Dow and other markets are looking bullish. I like the buy side up here. And last but not least, what everybody cares about is NASDAQ. And then I'll take a glance at the chat room once I finish this. Current new week opening gap. And we have quadrants on this wick from Friday's trading. Gonna put on consequent encroachment. And then I'll put on the lower quadrant should NASDAQ want to get animated. 49.50. %. All right, shot down to the 15-minute chart. Inversion fair value gap traded beneath it, clearing out the sell side once more. Opening prices, midnight open, 8:30 open. Shot down to a 5-minute chart. And we're going to sit tight here till about 9:55. During that 9:50 to 10:10 macro, we'll drop down to the 1-minute chart and see what it's looking like. Buy side up here, too clean, too smooth. A lot of liquidity. Equal highs all throughout here. We have an old weekly high, so all of this is just way too clean. All right, let me see. Just join Lifetime. 101 me 941. We'll look at the first presentation fair value gap when we drop down to the 1 minute chart. Do you know about wolf wave? I have no idea what that is. $10 a.m. consumer confidence. We don't have news today. We have news on Tuesday, but we don't have any news today. Consumer confidence is tomorrow. What entry model are you using? I enter trades using a whole bunch of different stuff. I don't have one specific model. Fair value gap, order block, breaker, mitigation block, volume imbalance. Like, it doesn't matter. Breaker, wick, consequent encroachment. Like, I enter trades with a whole bunch of stuff, so I don't have just one set model. Do we get introduction videos in Discord? What is that? I'll let you join Discord once you start private mentorship in 2025. Will you be changing what you... Nah. Discord, nothing in Discord is changing with the mentorship coming out. Nothing is changing. Discord, live streams and all that, all the resources in Discord, that's not going anywhere. The mentorship is just like for those who want a more personal, like one-on-one, sitting with you. What do we need to get done? What are you struggling with? Okay, let's shift your focus here. Okay, boom. You need help with this? Okay, here's your homework assignment. I want you to go into your charts, find this. Okay, boom. Catch back up, meet with you next weekend. All right, checking in. How we doing? Did you do your homework? What's it looking like? Okay, here's how you need to tweak your model. Let's do this. Okay, next week, we're going to work on this. So it's going to be a whole lot of that for just 8 straight weeks. And it's going to be a blast, man. It's going to be a blast. Again, but I already know I'm going to get a whole bunch of like complaints. I'm only taking 30 people. If I take like 200 people, it's going to be way too much. And I'm trying to have like a close personal like environment. I don't want to have 20 people and it's just too much because I won't be able to have time to do one-on-one sessions and all that. So I'm only taking 30 people for the year and it's priced at $1,000. All 30 signups are opening up November 1st, first come, first serve. This new week opening gap, watching. But I'll talk about that more when the time gets close. Still got time. But I'll make a video with more information and how to sign up and all that. But it's going to be released. So the link pinned in the top of the chat room, that's the link to join the Discord. But for the mentorship, it's also going to be released on that link Friday at 4 p.m. New York time. Just drop the link in the chat room if you want to learn more about the private mentorship. But let's focus more on price right now. Is it good for beginners to join the Discord? Absolutely. The webinars will help you. The daily live trading streams will help you. We work on bias. We work on top-down analysis. We work on all that. So there's homework assignments. That'll definitely be good. I think everybody in the Discord can vouch for me when I say the homework assignments in Discord are like that stuff. Like that. Everybody in the Discord, some people say the homework section in the Discord is the best part. So, definitely, I think it's good for beginners. And for those who are in the Discord, look at the opening prices and look at what we're trading at now. And then identify your clean highs straight from the homework that was due Saturday. If Tremaine didn't take the short this morning, he isn't a good trader. I don't even trade before 10 o'clock. I don't even trade Mondays. Wild statement. Wild statement. If Tremaine follows his trading plan and doesn't trade Mondays, he's a good trader. How about that? If you didn't take the trade, you don't know what you're doing. What kind of logic is that? That's insane. If you didn't take this short, you don't know what you're doing. I don't trade Mondays, my guy. Somebody did not eat their Lucky Charms. Somebody get this man some Fruit Loops. He skipped breakfast this morning and he's a little grouchy. But that's okay. I didn't eat breakfast either, so I understand. So trading into that old daily high. Let's jump down to a 1 minute chart now. First presentation fair value gap comes in at 941. So this is your first fair value gap after 930. Eventually, I'll be expecting price to get back above this and use it as support, but for now, it's taking us lower into possibly our current new week opening gap. Let's also look at our opening range gap, open in a premium, trading down. We're now at about the lower quadrant of our current new week opening gap. Just join lifetime access. Let's go. Let's go. And you have to remember, for one, the daily chart is consolidating. I've already told people in the Discord, no, the Discord's not free. It's like $25 for general access. That's like 2 large pieces. But I told people in the Discord, I'm lowering my trade frequency because as long as NASDAQ is staying in this range, and I even said I'm expecting NASDAQ to stay in this range until elections. I don't really expect any large movement until then, but this candle's high to this candle's low. As long as we're staying in this and unwilling to close outside of it on a daily basis, I'm taking only the best of best setups. So we have people saying, he didn't take a trade, my guy. I'm lowering my trade frequency and I don't trade Mondays. So as long as we're ranging in here, I'm not interested in pressing any buttons unless the setup is A1 and I see exactly what I want to see in price action. That's part of, a lot of people said, why did you expect Asia to be mediocre? That's one of the reasons why. We're still in that daily consolidation. You can master ICT, but if you don't master your money management, you'll never be a good trader. Amen. Let the church say amen. I agree. I agree. Eventually, I want to see us get back above the first presentation fair value gap, treat it as support. All my focus is on the buy side up here. These clean highs, a whole bunch of liquidity. In my opinion, all of this is just way too juicy, way too clean. So eventually, that could be after 10:30. We may not want to make a run for this until the lunch macro, the London close macro, when we form the opposite end of the daily range. But this right here is just way too enticing. You have now more than 1,000 people watching. I know, man. The live streams are growing, channel's growing. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, please subscribe. I definitely think we'll hit 10,000 subscribers by maybe the end of the week, which is bonkers. Like, love all y'all. Super grateful. It's ridiculous. Like, super grateful, super blessed. What's up, Andy? Good morning. the homework is the best part. I'm trying to tell y'all, the homework assignment that was in the Discord last week, it's panning out right now. As soon as we get that 10 o'clock opening price, you already know it's finna go down. Straight out the homework, literally. And y'all did a great job on that, by the way. I haven't officially graded it, but I'm always just browsing through that channel, and all of y'all's submissions and examples are really good. So kudos to y'all. So failure to reach the new week opening gap. Should we start moving away? That's bullish. Okay, not saying we bottomed out here, but if we get back above the first presentation fair value gap and Nasdaq fails to trade to the new week opening gap, that is extremely bullish because it's showing so far an unwillingness to trade down here. And we already reached an old daily high, which is liquidity. Okay, it doesn't matter how many times we trade above and beneath this old daily high. If that daily high forms within the last 3 days, that's a key liquidity pool. It's fresh, it's still hot. So when we drop down into it, it doesn't matter if we did something like this. Okay, if we drop into it here, even though we already traded beneath it, above it, beneath it, above it, this is liquidity that the algorithm's still going to refer to because it's within the last 3 days. So we drop down to old liquidity pool. So far, it failed to trade down to our current new week opening gap. Should we get above that first presentation fair value gap? To me, that's bullish. But again, not saying we bottomed out here, because preferably I like for us to reach that new week opening gap. I'm just saying if it doesn't, that's bullish. And then we also have an old weekly high nesting inside of that. So a lot of liquidity here as well. Same thing with the weekly chart. Weekly highs and lows within the past 3 weeks. You want to have those on your chart. Appreciate that, Longin, I know I'm probably butchering that name, but I appreciate it. Watching this down close candle. If we fail to eat through this down close candle and use it as support, I'm looking for the buy side above this high and a repricing above that first presentation fair value gap. All my focus, I'm watching to see, does Nasdaq want to reach for the new week opening gap? Because if we fail to do that, then I'm definitely looking for these clean highs up here. So I'm observing. Why can't I keep my charts as minimalist as yours? I don't know. I don't know. All right, we got our 10 o'clock opening price. Slap that on there. So now we have our 3 key opening prices that I like to look for in the morning session. Midnight open, 8:30 open, 10 a.m. open. The highest high and lowest low for the last 3 weeks and the last 3 days. You want to have that on your chart. A lot of people will be confused why we failed to trade to that new week opening gap. How come we reversed here? We tagged a major liquidity pool, which is an old daily high within the last 3 days. So it's even better that Nasdaq failed to trade to the new week opening gap. That's showing signs that it's possibly in a hurry for higher prices. And then again, my focus is up here. Small little fair value gap. It's Monday of NFP week. You can trade. No. I don't trade Mondays. It could be the cleanest price action on Monday. I'm likely not going to trade it. I know I can trade it, but I just like the concept of coming out here every Monday in front of the public and just tape reading. And then Tuesday through Friday, I'll stream privately and trade and press buttons and all that for people in the Discord. How is trading down to a daily high? There's stops resting above old daily highs. So when we trade down into it, that's key liquidity. Liquidity is always generating and building around old daily highs and old daily lows. Same thing with old weekly highs and old weekly lows within the last 3 weeks or the last 3 days. So trading down into it, all of that is old liquidity. I'm not making that up. It's taught by ICT. I'm watching this candle, see if it acts as a propulsion block. Okay, this is all assuming that we don't want to reach for our current new week opening gap. So this down close candle, bullish order block, down close candle, inside of a down close candle is propulsion. So if that fails to take us higher, then I'll be expecting new week opening gap. But propulsion blocks are kind of like an accelerator. So you would want to see a lot of sensitivity from the opening price all the way up to the high of the candle. Okay, they're stronger than order blocks. If you're on the right side of the market, they can really accelerate your trades. That's why ICT describes it as an accelerator. Do I think ICT is copying off Wyckoff? Absolutely not. I don't even know what Wyckoff is, but I doubt ICT is worried about that nonsense. No offense. So, should NASDAQ trade above this high? Something I look for is speed. Okay, if we take out this high, I would want to see it do it pretty aggressively. I don't want to see it hang around. And that's something I like to look for. If we can strong, fast, large, up close candle through this high here, that gives me more confidence that we're likely to reach for the buy side. Okay, so should NASDAQ take out this high, I'm watching to see how fast it does it. And that'll give me more insight to see if we want to reach for these targets up here. Right now, the body is respecting the low of that first presentation fair value gap. If you're looking to take a trade, you're just trying to risk off a stop area. Now, I don't target a fixed risk to reward. I just target buy side or sell side, or inefficiencies, fair value gap, all that stuff. But I used to, like when I traded optimal trade entry and when I traded Forex and supply and demand and all that, I used to target a fixed risk to reward. But as your understanding of price action grows, like you don't really need a fixed risk to reward. You can just target reasonable levels, and the risk to reward is going to handle itself. I'm waiting for a close above that first fair value gap after 9:30 that forms during the opening range. So right now we're closing beneath it, working the propulsion block. Okay, if you're on side, that should act as an accelerator. I want to see it close above this level here. Until we get that, sitting tight. How much percent of your position? I rarely take partials. Like my account size last week in the live stream, I think it was Friday, and that trade is on YouTube. But that was my first time trading one mini contract on my personal account. So I don't really take partials, at least for a while. I'm just gonna be trading one mini contract, and it's gonna be like one shot, one kill. And then when my account grows to where I can trade two minis, then I'll take a partial with one mini contract and let the rest run or something like that. Yes, I could just trade micros, but no. For one, yeah, the commissions, and then I'm more, my personality, my trading style is more just one shot, one kill. So that's just me though. How do you deal when you're in profit and you want to close a trade? You close the trade. It's very simple. If you want to close a trade, you close it, and you tape read the rest of it, and you don't feel sorry for missing out on the move. Looking for a lot of speed above this high. Should we trade above it? The minis are for big ball. Yeah. It is different trading a mini contract compared to micros, but it's all just relative to your account size. It's the same thing. This is exactly what I like to see here. Now I'm watching, can we stay strong and bullish above this swing high? What I don't like to see is us take out this high and then retrace all the way back down. Now that we're taking out a short-term high, and these are relative equal highs, I like to maintain a lot of speed through that fast, up-close, large up-close candles. That's kind of one of the ways I measure order flow, and then I'll be looking for the buy side above these equal highs up here. So do we get speed above 20,583? It's perfect. So we have a fair value gap here, laying on top of that first fair value gap after 9:30. I'm watching. Always include the volume imbalance when you're drawing out your fair value gap. So because we have a small little volume imbalance here, you have to draw your inefficiency like this. What's your silver bullet? Silver bullet, 10 o'clock to 11 o'clock. Fair value gap targeting liquidity. Let's take a look at other markets. I got my monitor pulled up here. Gold looks like it's just about to reach that highest buy side 5-minute chart, your 245 candle from this London session. S&P, not really doing much of my interest, anything that I'm interested in. Dow looks like it wants to run out its high formed at 940. And as far as dollar index, let's see. Just cleared out relative equal highs on its 5-minute chart. Nasdaq did trade into a 15-minute fair value gap. When are you looking to see price come back to balance new week opening gap? To reprice to the new week opening gap, offer sell side. I'm watching to see if it wants to do it. it's really bullish if NASDAQ fails to trade to that new week opening gap. Like, that's really strong, really bullish. Let's look at it. 15-minute chart, SIBI. But if NASDAQ fails to trade to this equal highs, and then we do have that old weekly low resting inside. But in my opinion, regardless if you trade down to the new week opening gap or not, I still favor this buy side up here. How do you arrive to the decision of trading NASDAQ or ES? You just pick one. You just pick one. I used to trade S&P, but my personality, like, I like a little bit of a faster market, so I switched to the NASDAQ. But, I mean, any market can make money as long as you're not trading like Bitcoin or something crazy. I'm watching to see if we can displace above that opening price here. If we can get above it with some displacement, I'll be treating these two down close candles as one bullish order block. But we've got to see some displacement above it. This could be a high resistance type of market. Yep. Which is why I'm lowering my trade frequency, and I'm having a neutral bias on the daily chart until we leave that consolidation. S&P, Dow still looking strong. Dollar index, we've taken out relative equal highs. Quarterly theory, I don't even know anything about quarterly theory. If ICT doesn't support it, if he hasn't taught it, then I don't care about it. I doubt ICT's taught quarterly theory. On dead homie, putting that on your dead homie, crazy. So NASDAQ working the high of that first fair value gap after 941. These highs relatively equal. I like to see that blasted through energetically. So this high is lower than this high here. So those are relatively equal. So we're just generating more buy side. Watch and see if NASDAQ wants to make a run for that. Assuming that we don't want to reach for the new week opening gap right now. But should we trade down here, I'll be watching to see how we react. And we do have that old weekly high inside the upper quadrant. I'm going to take this fair value gap off because it's a little distracting. All my focus is in the first presentation, fair value gap. Holding on to more of a neutral bias. Price action is looking a little less appetizing. But as far as the daily range and for the session, I like the buy side. Just hanging around that 941 SIBI. Make sure to join the Discord if you're not in there already. Okay, obviously today's a tape reading stream. We're just walking through price, highlighting bias, targets, tape reading. But as far as if you want to see me actually press the button, trade live, yes, you'll see my entries, exits, partials, stop loss management, all that stuff. Pretty much what you see me do on my channel, that stuff is taken live in the Discord streams. I always gotta say this, the live streams are not a copy trading service. It's not copy trading. The purpose of the live streams is to teach you how to understand and read price action on your own, because there will be days where I close the charts early. There will be days where we plan on staying on the charts till 12. NASDAQ isn't really moving. We're ending the stream at 11. So if you're just trying to copy my trade, I do not trade every single day. There's days where I don't press the button. Yes, I take losses. Yes, I take wins. Yes, I take break-even trades. So if you're just trying to join the live stream to trade every single day and copy trade, you're not going to get what you're looking for. Okay, the live streams are to teach you how to read price action. So join the Discord if you're interested in that. The link is pinned in the chat room or in the description of this live stream. And there's a whole bunch of other features and homework, webinars, forecasts, charts. And it's just the best community out there. I don't care what anybody says. We're not toxic. It's the best community. So we don't do the egos and the showboating and I'm better than this and that. We're just all trying to get better and make money. So I joined, but to learn how to manage my trade, that's how you do it. That's exactly what it's for. That's exactly what it's for. NASDAQ, I like what it's showing. Can we reach for that minor buy side? Does Discord general access? No. Only full access and lifetime access includes the homework, the webinars, the live streams, and all that stuff. The general access is just like if you just want to be in the chat room and like chat it up with me and the crew. It's just like it is what it is. It's general access. So trading to that daily premium wick consequent encroachment. If you go to your daily chart, okay, this long wick from Friday's trading, midpoint is here. I like for us to get above it, treat it as support, and see if that can take us higher into our premium targets. So just transposing that down to the 1 minute chart. Oops, let me. I've been trying to join the Discord, but it's like I had to pay. Yeah, yeah. The Discord, you have to pay before getting access. That's how it works. When you're looking for a break of structure, how do you refer to the most recent? It depends what's in the chart. It just depends. I thought there was copy trading. No, I don't. I'm not a no. If you copy trade, for one, yes, you're gonna lose trades. Yes, you're gonna win trades. But at the end of the day, if you're just joining the Discord to copy trade, you're missing out on a great opportunity to learn how to reprice. Like if you're just copying my trades and you're not focusing on what the candlesticks are actually doing, if you're not focused on my commentary of price action, you're going to go the whole month or however long you plan on staying in the Discord, you're going to go the whole month and you didn't learn anything because you're just focused on pressing buttons, making money, passing your challenge or whatever. So learn how to read price, and then you won't need the Discord anymore. You could just tune into the webinars, or you could just do the homework and not need the live streams, you know? Still looking for minor buy side, relative equal highs here. And then we had this large inefficiency created at 9:30. Okay, let me not say that. Should we clear out the buy side above this high, I like to see us close past consequent encroachment of this 9:30 fair value gap, and then treat this entire range as an inversion fair value gap and have that take us up into the buy side. So should we take out this high, I'm going to clear off that level, and then I'll be expecting this CIVI to be used as support once we get above it. But even this delivery, it's a lot of just back and forth nastiness, not really anything worth getting excited over. Extend that forward a little bit. Back trading inside that first presentation fair value gap. Dow, I like the buy side. S&P, this is all high resistance and balanced. It's going to take a lot for ES to trade through that. And then we have NASDAQ. So I don't trade Mondays. This is why I don't trade Mondays. I still like higher prices, but it's all about the delivery. Like, yes, NASDAQ may go higher and hit our targets, but if it does it in a manner where it's a whole bunch of retracements, you're wasting mental equity, mental capital, babysitting your stop loss and this and that. Is it really worth it? You may have made a few dollars, but you feel exhausted once you get off the charts. It's just not worth it. I'd rather wait for a cleaner market condition, wait for elections to be behind us, wait for us to get outside of that daily consolidation on the daily chart. What's up, Blacklight? 1K views. Yeah, it's crazy. I think this is the first live stream where I have 1,000 live viewers at a time. It's pretty cool. Channel's growing, rocket speed. It's pretty crazy. The election is the 5th, I believe. Election day is November 5th, which comes in at a Tuesday. NASDAQ looks like it may want to make a run for that minor buy side, just like we drew it up. Hello. So that's exactly what I like to see. Next, draw on liquidity. We have this short-term high here, but all my focus now is shifting to this fair value gap formed at 9:30 when we open. So let's clear this off now that that target was hit. And let's put this on here. Highlighting this in gray until we get above consequent encroachment, and then I like for it to offer support. But until then, as long as we stay in the lower half, then I'm not keeping a strong bullish bias. But once, or let me say this, if we get above on a closing basis consequent encroachment, then I'll be expecting it to be used as support. Obviously, if we get above the high, I'll be expecting it to be used as support. We have 75%, the upper quadrant of that daily wick as a target, and then relative equal highs, which is buy side. Fair value gap, order block, mitigation block, 3 PD arrays. I like for that to take us higher, take us above that 930 SIBI. Your mitigation block is the up close candle. You have a low, high, higher low. So it's not a breaker, it's a mitigation block with this down close candle, with this fair value gap. So I'm watching to see if that could take us higher above consequent encroachment. Watching this wick as well. Okay, wicks are inefficiencies, so I'm watching this wick and its consequent encroachment to see if there's any support there. I like for this to take us higher. Waiting for a close above consequent encroachment of this fair value gap. I don't want to see us stay in the lower half of it. Closing above consequent encroachment. I'm looking at this wick, see if that can offer support at 1027. When you can sit there and just reprice, not take anything. Yep. So all Jamaica, Power 3. Chart colors are in Discord. All that's in Discord. Trading back down close candle. Consequent encroachment of that daily wick. Having to pay for, you're not paying for the chart colors. I'm just saying this in Discord. I get that question asked too much, so I'm not trying to show that every live stream. Because people were in the Discord, they watch me trade like Tuesday through Friday. So they get tired of me answering the same questions over and over again, which is why I just threw it in the FAQ channel in Discord. So that way they don't have to constantly sit through that. The people in Discord, they don't like the public streams. They much rather have the private sessions, but we only do these like once or twice a week. I don't know, Tim. I don't know. I don't know. Do you allow others to talk in your Discord? No. While I stream? No. If I let other people talk while I stream, it'll be way too chaotic. It's just me. The Discord live streams, like the live trading streams, are just like this, except for I'm pressing buttons. You look good, you feel good. You feel good, you play good. You play good, they pay good. Deion Sanders. All right, so back beneath that first fair value gap, after clearing out the minor buy side relative equal highs. Nonetheless, this price action is kind of, is given typical Monday price action. A lot of people ask, why don't you trade Mondays? Why don't you trade Mondays? It's NFP Monday. It should be clean price action. Why aren't you trading it? I don't trade Mondays. I just don't. Now, if NASDAQ takes out this high, I'll be treating this up close candle as a bullish breaker, assuming it takes out this high. I don't know, man. I don't know. He's in here talking crazy about order blocks. Buy or sell? I would say this price action is probably buy or sell. Let me think. I'll probably go with sitting on your hands and doing nothing. I'll probably go with that. I'll probably go with that. Matter of fact, let me get some market sentiment. Here, I got y'all. See what y'all think. All right, poll in the chat room. Everybody go vote. I'm curious to see what everybody else thinks the market's going to do. Headed for buy side or headed for the new week opening gap? Where's the I don't know button? Where's the sit on your hands and just tape read button? This is good. This is a good like sentiment right here. All right. Looks like majority of the people think it's going up. I'm shorting. Just kidding. Oh god. Oh man. I don't have a bias. I'm neutral right now. I'm neutral. I was hoping for a more exciting Monday, but new week opening gap is a strong magnet for price action, but you may have not been in the live stream when we're trading down here. I said failure to reach that new week opening gap is bullish, and we talked about this old daily high, which is an old pool of liquidity. So the fact that we dropped down into old liquidity here, failing to reach the new week opening gap, okay, that's possible signs of bullishness. And then we trade up, clearing out the equal highs, the buy side. But yeah, it's kind of slow and lethargic right now. Not really doing anything exciting. And then one other thing that I look at, let's see, we're still trading inside of the opening range, which is, for me in my trading, a low probability condition. So the high of your opening range comes in. I gotta clear off my chart. It's getting a little too clustered. Or we'll just do opening range high, and then you have your opening range low down here. So your high is high and low is low between 9:30 and 10 o'clock, which is your opening range. We're still trading inside of that. So far NASDAQ is showing an unwillingness to leave the opening range. That's something I'm paying attention to. Let's see. It's almost 11 o'clock, so I'm going to take off the midnight open. I only care about it until 11 o'clock. I really just want to clean my charts off. So let's take that off. We can take off the 8:30, 10 o'clock. And we can leave that on. So remember, I said if we get above this swing high, I'll be watching to see if this up close candle can offer support and act as a breaker. So I'm watching to see, can NASDAQ get above this high, down close candle? You have a low, high, lower low. And should we take out this high, this breaker is resting right about consequent encroachment of this fair value gap that I like to see be treated as inversion. Why do you study ICT and not other better methods? I don't think there's a better method than ICT, to be honest. I think everything else is just a gimmick. I think, and don't get your feelings hurt by me saying this, but I think everything else is just a fallacy. I think these are how I believe the market's algorithmic, and that this is how price is booked. I don't believe in buying, selling pressure. I don't believe in moving averages and all that. And I used to, like when I first started out, I used trend lines, I used moving averages, supply and demand, and all that stuff. Like I wasn't just always ICT, but like it just, I don't know. I don't really think there's anything better than ICT concepts, or rather, I don't think there's anything that really makes sense other than ICT concepts. Again, slightly biased. See you, Rainier, if I'm saying that right. I appreciate it. Tim, chill. But I mean, it doesn't matter what you trade. ICT, like if you use indicators, if you use moving averages, like it really doesn't matter. As long as it makes you money, that like who cares? That's all that matters. I don't have the seconds chart. I don't look at the second chart. Oh my god. So now we're entering the London close hour. This is when, as we head closer to 10:50, 11:10, this is when I kind of start shifting my bias and focusing on liquidity formed after 9:30. So the London close macro is 10:50 to 11:10. Okay, you can expect a retracement or reversal targeting morning liquidity. So 10:50, 11:10, that's about 5 minutes from now. If NASDAQ fails to work higher, these equal lows, I always ask myself once we get closer to 10:50, who's been making money since 9:30? So this is your 9:30 open. All right, if we already cleared out the buy stops, equal highs here. Buy stops ran out. Sell side still remains. So as we head into the London close, my eyes are kind of gravitating towards here now that we're sort of running out of time during the day. But that's 11 o'clock, so it would be nice to hit these targets before 11 o'clock and then see a retracement targeting short-term sell side. But again, that's just me thinking out loud. This has been a really mediocre morning for a Monday. But again, it's on my trading plan. Everybody knows I don't trade Mondays, so I put it on my trading plan because this is the kind of price action we typically get. Do you exhibit a track record or payout certificates? My YouTube channel is my track record. Every single trade I take is taken live. I show my entries, show my exits, I share my losses, my wins. I have losses on my YouTube channel. Check my community tab. I post my losses there. I post my losses on Instagram. I share the wins, I share the losses. But I don't share, first of all, I'm not funded. I trade personal funds, and I'm not sharing my account statements and all that. That's nobody's business. ICT isn't a profitable trader. That's a crazy statement. I know, like, they be wanting my bank statements. They be wanting my social security number. Like, it's crazy out here. Patrick fan showing it. Did Patrick get off stream? Are Patrick viewers joining my live stream now? I think that's what's going on. I think that's what's happening. All right, so we're entering London close. I'm sort of shifting my focus. We have relative equal lows here, which is sell side. And then obviously that new week opening gap that hasn't been traded to. This is so much on my chart. But you know what? It's all good. We're going to take this off. Take this off. Snap. Yeah, if NASDAQ, if we don't get any meaningful movement by 11:15-ish, then I may or may not stay on until 12. If NASDAQ is just ranging inside the opening range, there's really nothing to talk about, so. I haven't really done anything meaningful since the opening bell. Everybody's saying ICT blew 90% of his account, but if they actually listen to the live stream, you will hear him say that he did it on purpose to troll other traders and bait them into joining the Robbins Cup, and nobody stepped up. Like, dude be doing like $100,000 in a full pool, shorting the highs. I think he'll be just fine. All right, so it's now 10:50. My bias is shifting, kind of in a way, trying to work with the price action that we're getting. It's really not much to really analyze, but ask yourself who's been making money since 9:30. We've already cleared out the buy side. So visually, it looks something like this. Here's your 9:30 open. Well, if we already cleared out the equal highs here, we cleared out the equal highs here. Short-term high taken out, short-term high taken out, short-term high taken out. This high, trade up, failed to clear out this high, so this is a king high. Who's been making money since 9:30? Longs. Higher low, equal lows, equal lows. So now that we're in the London close macro, I'm watching to see if NASDAQ wants to make a run for the sell side. Then obviously we have sell side here, and then we have that new week opening gap that hasn't been traded to at all, which is right here. So I like for these equal lows to get taken out. Bullish or bias, am I saying that right? Bias was bullish until we reach that 10:50 window, and then I started looking at morning session liquidity. So I kind of changed gears. ICT works, but he likes yapping. Yeah, he does it on purpose. He uses it as a filter to like weed out the people who don't want to listen. Because he knows like people aren't patient. TikTok mindset, attention span is low. So obviously he's going to make those live streams 4 hours long, and only the strong survive. That's how he describes it. Yeah, ICT, he was supposed to do a Twitter space, I think Saturday, but he didn't get to it. I guess personal things got in the way. This is quite the price action we're getting here. Doesn't get much exciting. Too much more exciting than this. I don't have a course. I have a Discord, but I don't have a course. Yeah, dude, people think ICT don't know what he's doing. The man is like 50 years old. He's been trading for 3 decades. And yeah, like these 20-year-olds trying to tell him that he doesn't know how to trade. Like he's got double your age. Like I'm sure he knows what he's doing. Macro is from 10:50 to 11:10. That is your London close macro. The lunch macro starts at 11:30. The entire lunch hour is from 11:30 to 1:30. I am not ICT. Still looking for those relative equal lows. High probability sell side. This low is higher than this low, and this low here is higher than this low. So people who went long anywhere here, where they're trailing their stop losses, here, trailing their stops here, trailing their stops here, trailing their stops here. So I'd like for us to make a run underneath that, because we're in the time of day where the macro loves to run on morning session liquidity. I'm pretty sure ICT is profitable. You jinx longs. Nah, I wanted longs until what time? 10:50 to 11:10. When we were trading at around 10:45, I said, okay, I'm switching my bias because we're in the time of day where it's time to run on morning liquidity, which is why I said I like to see my targets get hit by 11 o'clock, which was buy side. But as soon as we get to that 10:50 to 11:10 macro, like my bias is shifting. I'm now looking at liquidity after 9:30, and I'm not really focusing on the buy side up here anymore, because how I view it is we're seeking sell side. I'm watching this wick, treating that as a premium inefficiency. I like for that to take us lower into the equal lows down here. So wicks are gaps. A lot of people get offended when I say that for some reason, when I say wicks are gaps, but I mean, it is what it is. I don't make the rules. If we slap on midpoint here, I like how this candle opened, traded up so far lower. That's really bearish. Again, my focus is the sell side. I like for us to get back beneath this first presentation fair value gap, treat it as resistance. And then best case scenario target, new week opening gap. Then you have an old weekly high resting inside of that. You have consequent encroachment of the new week opening gap, lower quadrant, and then a full repricing. Yup. Just like we drew it up. London closed macro doing what it does. There's your relative equal lows, sell side. Now I'm watching to see. This is the macro, 10:50 to 11:10. Sell side here. So now anybody who trailed their stop losses up have been taken out. So when do I switch my bias? Yes, I'm looking for buy side up here, and we have relative equal highs. Okay, all throughout here, I'm looking for higher prices, I want higher prices. I said if we get above this swing high, I like for this up close candle to be treated as a breaker, looking for higher prices. Until what time? 10:50 to 11:10. London closed macro. Okay, we talk about this all the time in the Discord. I believe last week's Discord we talked about macros and finding setups. That was even one of the homework assignments, was find setups during the macro. These key 20 minutes during the day. We literally went over the London closed macro. That was, oh, actually, wasn't that the homework assignment for this week? Find setups using the London closed macro, targeting liquidity formed after 9:30. Wasn't that the homework this week? Somebody confirm. I can't remember if that was last week or this week. But for those who in the Discord and did the homework, this was textbook delivery. But anyway, yes, expecting higher prices. Up until what time? 10:50 to 11:10. Once we hit 10:50, I'm shifting my bias. So I'm saying, okay, I wanted the buy side up here, but we're running out of time during the day. 10:50 to 11:10 brings a retracement or reversal. Seek remaining liquidity after 9:30. So this is your opening bell. Where are traders making money? Well, think about it. Okay, visually. We highlighted the minor buy side here, equal highs taken out. Then you have this buy side, short-term high taken out. Then you have this buy side here, taken out, and we failed to take out this high here. As we enter 1050, who's been making money? Well, that leaves shorts if we've already done the damage on the buy side, and we're entering that 20-minute window. Sell side, higher low, higher low, higher low, higher low. That's all it is. Perfect example, straight from the homework assignment, which again I will be checking tonight. I'm learning so much from this live. It's my first time in the channel. If you're learning from the live stream, you're gonna have a blast in the Discord. Just saying. Shameless plug. Just saying. YouTube channel is nothing. You haven't even seen the webinars. You haven't done the homework assignments. Like, if you're learning from the YouTube channel, Discord will turn you into a savage. Oh, daily high. That's liquidity. Oh, this is beautiful right here. Remember we talked about that rejection block? Was it on the Dow? Oh, right here on Dow. So we have this rejection block highlighted. Whenever you have long wicks, but the bodies are staying relatively right here, you always have to take a partial at the rejection block, which is why I have it labeled here. The bulk of the volume is in the bodies of the candles. Now that we know that, let's take a look at the NASDAQ. I still favor the new week opening gap to be hit eventually. But yes, there's sell side underneath this low, but where are the bodies stopping? Right here. So same thing we talked about on the Dow. Okay, if you're aiming for sell side, you need to take a partial at the lowest closing price in this swing low, which comes in on this candle here. So this is your rejection block, and that needs to be a partial when you have long wicks like this. The wicks are the smallest piece of price action. That's the most minuscule piece of price action. The bulk of the volume is in the bodies, and all the bodies are staying right here. So there you go. Discord information, pricing, everything included. Everything included. If you want to know what you get, all that is pinned in the top of the chat room. Or it's in the description of this live stream. Dang, 700 votes on the poll. It's crazy. I'm watching to see if NASDAQ wants to make a run for the new week opening gap. But this drop down, clearing out, we have like a triple bottom, relative equal lows. That drop down is enough for me for the London, London close macro. It already did its function of taking out liquidity, trailed stops after 9:30. So this is a beautiful, we talked about the wick. Wanted to see that take us lower. Perfect, 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 perfect. You gotta sign us. We have to see, because I'm Asia sessions. I'm not really expecting anything crazy clean until elections are over. But the homework assignment is probably gonna be focused towards. I'll think about it. I have to see what the theme is for this week, because the homework assignments are designed to be like, it's focused on what I'm expecting to see next week. So we'll see. I'm expecting kind of like, maybe, I don't know, I'll think about it, because I want it to be like helpful. So I'm not gonna send out anything willy-nilly, but just give me a little bit. I still gotta check the current submissions first. $1K watching. No, I'm not famous. 1K is crazy. Normally, I think it's around, like, live trading at, or live viewers at one time is normally around like 600 to 800 people, but the channel is growing. Almost at 10K subs, which is bonkers. Just joined. That's what's up, Jeff. See you inside. Glad to have you in there. When should a beginner join your Discord? I think it's beginner friendly. Especially the homework assignments, they're not crazy hard. It'll take a little bit of work on your end as far as annotating your charts, and then I'll ask you to explain certain things using the text and trading view, but I don't think it's crazy. Like, you know what I mean? Psalm got lifetime. Let's go. Just sub. Appreciate the subs. Have a Black Friday deal? Probably not. The Discord is already affordable. Like, I've done research out there. It's compared to what everybody else is charging, and especially for the value that you get. It's been on sale ever since I opened it. Yes, I'm a full-time trader. I live stream every day, privately. So now, let's take a look at other markets before I try to form. Look at S&P. My goodness. That's nasty. This is nasty. Why don't you trade Mondays? Yeah, this is why. This is why I don't trade Mondays. Dollar index. I've seen better days. NASDAQ. Yeah, like, my trade frequency is gonna drop until November 5th once elections and all that's out the way. I'm 23. Just turned 23. Not a first-time viewer. Been considering buying Discord for a while. Heavily inspired. That's what's up. What's in your Discord? Just click the link in the top of the chat room. It'll show you everything that's in the Discord, everything included, all the features. And I'll do you one better. I'll paste the link to the reviews. So if you're feeling iffy or whatever, there's the link I just sent in the chat room. You could read the reviews on what people have to say about the Discord and all that. You could check that out. That might help you make a decision should you choose to join. So London close macro is at 11:30. I'm keeping somewhat of a neutral bias now until then. Our sell side has been hit. Failed to reach the sell side down here. I'm watching to see if we want to trade to the new week opening gap. Remember, we're missing sell side delivery. Let's take this off. So between this candle's high, I'll just draw it out. Alright, so between this candle's high and that candle's low, we're missing both buy side and sell side delivery. We don't even have any wicks between these two areas of price action. So I'm watching to see, does NASDAQ want to make a run? Do we want to reprice in some of this offer sell side, then buy side? So this has my focus right now. But I'm keeping a neutral bias until 11:30. That's when lunch kicks off. And let's go ahead and clean off our charts a little bit. We can take this off. We can take all of this off. That's good. How does New York Stock Exchange trading hours gonna affect our trading? It's not. We talked about that in the beginning of the live stream when it first started. But the main thing is you don't want to overtrade. Like, I already see a lot of people getting excited because they're extending the hours. A lot of people are saying, oh, like, I'm gonna be catching more setups. I'm not gonna get any sleep. Like, they're extending trading to 22 hours a day. Like, I'm gonna be up all night. Like, that's not what that means. Like, my hours are still the same. I don't care if they make trading 24 hours a day, like 24/7. I'm still only trading 9:30 to 12. Asia times are the same. It's no different. PM session, I'm sticking to my same window. So just because they're extending the hours, that doesn't mean anything. That doesn't mean oh, they're extending the hours, so that's more chart time, that's more screen time. No, 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 no. That's not what that means. That's a retail approach. Nothing changes. Max, you trolling again? You were in the live stream last time talking crazy. What do you think is a good time to trade after elections? I honestly don't know. This is my first time trading around election year, so I don't know. I don't know. It's just a wait and see. It'll be my first time, just like it may be some of your guys' first time trading around elections. So I'm excited. It'll be fun. It'll be fun. Again, keeping a neutral bias. NASDAQ targets for a sell side during the London close macro have already been hit. So keeping a neutral bias until 11:30. It could do whatever it wants to do in this time window for the next 15 minutes. I'm not really watching it. You can use the first presentation fair value gap all day. Sometimes I use yesterday's first presentation fair value gap, but you could join it or not join it. You can extend it throughout the entire day, through lunch, through the PM session, into tomorrow's trading, into 2 days trading. Like, you can extend it all the way through. How does the Discord work? Join. It's just a community. It doesn't matter who joined first or whatnot. It's just a community. I've been trading full time for, shoot, what was that? May? I think May, June, July, August, September. About 6-7 months since being full time. All the Discord information, all that is in the chat room. It's in the chat room. It's pinned at the top of the chat. Features, pricing, reviews, all of that. It's all in there. Just click the link, or click the link in the description of the live stream. It's all there. See you, James. Appreciate you tuning in. I'm just reading the chat because I'm not worried about what NASDAQ is doing for the next 13 minutes. So. Can we I missed it. Before I was trading, working like everybody else. Argentina. Do you have a strategic guide taking principle? We start join Discord. Continue with where the Discord is beginner friendly. I think it is. But I mean, like I think it's beginner friendly, and my whole trading plan is in there. I updated my trading plan. I just sent that in the trading plan channel a couple of weeks ago, I think. But my trading plan has a step-by-step weekly chart. I'm looking for this. Daily chart. Okay, I'm doing this. I'm putting this on. 15-minute chart. I'm looking for this. I'm adding this, this, this. Okay, 1-minute chart. I'm looking for this. So it's literally a step-by-step breakdown. You staying on until 12? If NASDAQ can move, like if NASDAQ trades to the new week opening gap and we do something exciting, or if we just displace higher, we'll see. But if we just, because you have to remember, we're still inside of the opening range. For those who are in the stream when we talked about it, I'll just draw it out like this. So your opening range, 9:30, 10 o'clock. This is your highest high within those 30 minutes. And this is your lowest low within those 30 minutes. So this whole region right here is your opening range. And we're still inside of that. So we still haven't been able to leave. So if NASDAQ can leave the opening range and do something exciting or worthwhile, then yeah, I'll stay on until 12. But we haven't really done anything meaningful all morning. How long it take you to be profitable? I started studying ICT concepts January 2023. And it started clicking for me in about September, October. And that's when I started my YouTube channel. Appreciate that, Bento. I mean, I have nothing planned today. Like, literally, after I do this, I'm going to grab a bite to eat and go to the gym, grade the homework, probably assign some new homework. There's no market review or anything today, so I don't have any plans. I can stay on. I'm not in a rush. Why you mark the first presentation after 2:30 and not 3 p.m.? First presentation after 2:30. If you're talking about the, I don't know, you're talking about 2:30. I don't know what fair value gap you're talking about, James. So it took you a year to be profitable? No, I've been trading since, like, I started off Forex, supply and demand and all that. I've been trading since like 2020, late 2020, 2021. But I didn't start studying ICT concepts till January of 2023. But it doesn't matter how long it took me to be profitable. It's like everybody's journey is different. Some people, it may take a year. Some people need 3 years. Some people need, I don't know, 2 years. It doesn't matter how long it took me. Because you're going to start comparing your journey to mine, and that's not healthy. Bento drops. I appreciate that. Absolutely. Absolutely. No rush. The Discord isn't going anywhere. But we'll see you inside for sure. So I'm watching to see if NASDAQ wants to run underneath that sell side that was formed just before 10 a.m. And then we have that new week opening gap. I'm 63, never too late. That's what's up. Yeah, like traders, like I have people in the Discord of all ages and all that. But when I see somebody like they're like, man, I'm not profitable, like I'm struggling. I'm like, how long you been trading? And they're like, I just started 4 months. Like I'm 17 years old. I'm like, dude, you're 17 years old and you're already like teaching yourself ICT concepts. Like give yourself 2 years and you're gonna be, man, like it's crazy. And I'm young too, but like these teenagers and they're just now getting into trading and they're studying the right stuff right away, like right from the jump. They have such an advantage. How long will lifetime plan be available? It's going away 2025. 2025, there's going to be a yearly option and a monthly subscription option, but the one-time lifetime payment is going away in 2025, so get in while you can. Got about 2 months left. Black Friday offer? Nah. I'm building credit off that $50 a month. Like, bro, like it's so, like $50. That's like what, 2 ticks in the Nasdaq, or like 2 handles, barely. Like somebody, I think it was last week. Somebody just joined the lifetime thing, and then the next morning, they made like 500 or however much they made in the market, and then he was like, I just made back my lifetime purchase. It's like, that's how you do it. Like, that's exactly how you do it. And now he's in the Discord forever. Congratulations on your understanding, bro. Appreciate that. Jay Whitway, if I'm saying that right. Sorry if I'm not, but I appreciate that. So lunch macro 11:30 kicks off right here. That's when I'll start reading into the candlesticks and seeing what price wants to do. But I'm gonna pour me another glass of water, grab a little snack, and then we'll meet back here in like 2 minutes, and we'll walk through the lunch hour. BRB. All right. Lifetime fee, all that is in the link. Yeah, exactly what Unicorn Queen said. The Discord is not to copy trade, because if you copy trade, you're missing out on the opportunity to learn how to read price. So I've earned back my lifetime fee. That's how you do it. Join the Discord, then you make that money back in the market, and then you're all set. That's exactly how you get it done. So 1 minute till the lunch macro kicks off. Opening range 9:30 to 10 o'clock on any time frame. Alright, so now let's go ahead and clean off our charts a little bit. All we're going to keep on is that first fair value gap after 9:30. All right. Let's go through the higher time frame, see what it's looking like. Do a quick low rundown, taking out the buy side. Consolidating. Dollar index consolidating. Not doing anything too interesting. NASDAQ. Let's look at S&P first. S&P has been garbage all morning. 9:30 opening bell is here. Since 9:30, this is the price action you have to work with if you're trading ES. RIP. Moment of silence for those who tried to trade it. Let's look at NASDAQ now. $15-minute chart. We form relative equal lows, sell side, right above that new week opening gap. So I like for us to trade down, take out the equal lows, drop down to the new week opening gap. We also have an old weekly high inside of that. So should we trade down to this region in the upper quadrant of the new week opening gap? That's a lot of liquidity, a lot of fair value resting here. 5-minute chart and 1-minute chart. What do you think about fast track trading? I don't even know what that is. I don't care for prop firms. I have my personal account. Prop firms is too much sketchiness, too much shadiness, people not getting payouts, people getting denied payouts, prop firms shutting down, and regulation and all that stuff. I'm good. I'm good. No, I only live stream publicly on YouTube every Monday. Every Monday is a tape reading stream, but as far as like actually pressing buttons and trading and all that stuff, that's only Tuesday through Friday through Discord, only for the Discord members. Watching the relative equal lows in the new week opening gap. You should start your own prop firm. I mean, that's not really something I'm interested in doing. If I do start a prop firm, it's not going to be like these other ones that are just like taking advantage of traders. But that's not in my goal list. That's not in my to-do list anytime soon. I'm focused on the mentorship right now. Making sure that I'm providing the most value for people who are joining. So that's really what I'm focused on leading up into the new year. Waiting. NASDAQ just hanging around. So should we trade to the new week opening gap? I'm watching to see, do we completely reprice it in? Do we only work in the upper half, which is bullish? Do we only work in the upper quadrant? Do we close beneath consequent encroachment? Those are all things that I'm going to be paying attention to should we trade down into this region. Now we formed even more liquidity with this swing low. We have like a triple bottom. Way too smooth, way too clean. I'd like for us to really disrupt that. Waiting. CRT, do not ever mention those 3 letters in this chat room ever again. We do not mention the forsaken CRT nonsense. The blasphemy that just entered the chat room. How do I delete that comment? The audacity. No offense, Mickey, but we gotta get that up out of here. Sorry. When's the Romeo? Oh my god. No, I'm gonna pass on that one, bro. I'm good. I just threw up a little. I don't trade Mondays. It's on my trading plan. Oh man, y'all are funny. Clean lows, clean, really clean. Still trading inside of the opening range all morning. If that forms a fair value gap, I will enter long. right, now. Who said that? I need to keep the receipts. Oneray? Oneray? Alright. CRT is the peak of technical analysis. That is just nonsense. Alright, Oneray, who said that? Oneray, there's your fair value gap. I don't care if it goes higher or lower. I want lower prices just because I want us to trade down to that new week opening gap. I'm long, remember it, going for short-term buy side. That first fair value gap you have highlighted. Best of luck to you, bro. Best of luck to you. Stop at, oh, see, I like this. I like the transparency. Stop at 20,520. 20,520. All right. My TP is his stop loss. Oh, see, I love this. I love this right here. This is good. This is good stuff right here. I've got another little battle going on. I like this. I'm just instigating, don't mind me. I promise the live trading streams in Discord are not like this. We just having fun. It's just tape reading, having fun. When we're actually pressing buttons and stuff, I take it serious. But this is very entertaining, I'm not gonna lie. Big candles incoming. Oneray says there's big candles coming. Hopefully they're to the upside. Big candles incoming. Y'all are funny, man. Oh my god. Winner gets a pair of Patrick Willing glasses. That's a steal right there. So NASDAQ just flirting around with that old daily high. No, that's crazy. He said your margin call is my partial. That's insane. That's a wild statement. That's crazy. That's actually funny. Your margin call is my partial. That's funny. He's still alive. He's still in it. He's good. I don't want to hear it. Oh my god. god. That's funny. Trading down into the new week opening gap. I'm watching to see if NASDAQ wants to run for the old weekly high. And again, I'm watching, do we stay in the upper half of the new week opening gap? Do we completely reprice to the low? This is a lot of old order flow, a lot of liquidity, a lot of fair value with the old daily high, triple bottom. You have the old weekly high inside of the new week opening gap. And then, of course, you have Oneray stop loss resting just inside of that. So we have a lot of liquidity here, something I'm observing. Oh my gosh. That's too funny. I promise we keep it professional in the streams. I normally don't do this, I swear. But this is funny, I gotta admit. What's the low on this candle? This low comes in at 20.5. So 2 ticks away. That's pretty funny. Just laid a body over that volume imbalance and this up close candle. Watching to see if that acts as a bearish order block and sends us lower. Me personally, I like for that old weekly high to be tagged. That's a lot of liquidity in the upper half of the new week opening gap. So I like how we laid bodies over this volume imbalance, order block, and I'm watching to see if we want to get down here. Take this opening range off. Still trading inside of it. Greatest comeback? Uh-oh. Villain origin story right here. Everybody's praying on his downfall. Well, that's doing what it's doing. Take a look around. S&P, it cleared out sell side, but nothing in S&P is just, I don't know. Nothing in S&P is really appetizing. The Dow, same thing. It's kind of just meandering around. Nothing really too exciting with that. Gold. There's your buy side. Euro dollar. Order block. Beautiful, beautiful target. Okay, that was our first target out of the 3. Tapping it to perfection there. That's perfect. Where's the signal? This ain't no signal group, my guy. We don't do signals over here. We just read price action. Signal? This ain't no signal group. We don't do that. We actually learn how to read price and look to get better. Signals, you're not getting better, you're just copying. I would be setting you up for failure if all I did was give you signals, and that's not what I'm here to do. Does buying mentorship get mentees in premium Discord too? I'm considering it. I'm considering whoever gets the Discord or whoever gets the mentorship, or maybe get like a month in the Discord or something like that. Still thinking about it. see. I'm just watching this. Unless NASDAQ gets above this short-term high, I'm still expecting lower prices because I'll treat this up-close candle. This is a 2-minute chart. I'll treat this up-close candle as a bullish breaker. So you have a low, high, lower low. Once we get above this candle here, I'll be expecting that to offer support. But until we do that, I'm still expecting lower prices, old weekly high. But I'm watching this here. So on the 1-minute chart, just to scale down, go to 1 minute. These consecutive, what is that, like 5 up close candles? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But all my focus is in this last up close candle here. Should we get above that, I'll treat that as a bullish breaker. I like for that to be used as support. And then that original buy side that we outlined from the morning prior to the London close macro, these equal highs up here, way too smooth. All in, no break even. That's crazy. Let's get to that first fair value gap. No break even is crazy. You went to the Halloween party? Nah, I'm going out on Halloween. Halloween's what? Thursday? Is that Thursday? Yeah, right. Yeah. All right, new poll in the chat room. Everybody go vote before it's too late. Dang, no faith is crazy. They have no faith in that man. That's insane. Sweating bullets. NASDAQ's just consolidating around that old daily high. But again, all my focus is in the upper half of this new week opening gap. I really like this old weekly high down here. We're also in that macro, 1150 to 1210. So it'd be nice to see us work a little deeper in that new week opening gap during this macro and see if we get any sort of displacement to the upside. Appreciate that. FX trades. South Africa. Appreciate that. A lot of people from South Africa are in the Discord and just in the live streams. It's pretty cool. There's still life for Mr. Oneray. There's still life. It ain't over yet. It's not over till it's over. What I think of CLS. It's crazy because CLS is actually my initials. Ain't that crazy? Like, it's pretty cool. We're expecting speed at Oneray stop. That's crazy. That's actually insane. Yeah, we're not going to stay on too much longer past 12, because then we're going to be entering the PM session, and I'm not really interested in that. But this whole price action all morning has been pretty mediocre. We're working this volume imbalance again. Just form relative equal lows, so this swing low is higher than this low here, so those lows are relatively equal. No, who was it? What was it? Who was the other guy? That one PM session stream where the guy was like fading everybody because he was going long and he added more contracts. What was his name? David. Shout out David. Only the OGs remember that moment. Let's see if Oneray can have a David and Goliath moment. Yeah, that was crazy. Did my trading view just freeze, or am I tripping? Oh, there we go. They're pulling some nonsense. 101. I'm not doing any 101 unless it's in the mentorship next year. But the Discord, we do like private group sessions once a week in the webinars. But 101 is only for the mentorship. So body stopping right at the high of the new week opening gap. He's still alive, y'all. It ain't over till it's over. My connection's I need to plug in my Ethernet cord. Working that volume imbalance again. Oneray, Oneray. How do you say your name? Is it Oneray? Is it like one word? Like Oneray? Or is it Oneray? Oneray. Struggle efforts that have found success only when learn ICT. 70% of the poll says his stop will get hit. 30% says he's chilling. Oneray? Okay, got you. It's pronounced margin call. That's funny. That was a good one. That was pretty good. Oh, man. No, I'm not like, I don't want anybody to lose money. It's just the whole situation is funny. Like the suspense and everything. It's just funny. First TP at his stop loss. Speed here. That's crazy. Oneray already reached the daily loss limit. That's insane. Order filled. Oh my god. Nah, y'all are too funny. That's hilarious. My trading view is lagging. Oh, his stop got hit. My trading view is lagging, so. Oh my god. That's. Damn. Alright, well, this has been a fun stream. We're just gonna go ahead and take that poll off real quick. I gotta retitle this live stream. But that's it. And then imagine NASDAQ reverses. What else? So Discord members, we're back live trading tomorrow, 9:30. Looking for our first setup of the week. I may take a look at Asia. Obviously, no live stream during Asia. I might hop in the voice channel with y'all and chop it up. I can't even be serious. What was I gonna say? If you're not in the Discord, join the Discord, man. We're having fun in there, chopping it up. It's not a signal service, okay? There's other stuff in the Discord other than just the live trading streams, webinars, homework assignments, weekly forecasts, chart annotations, and most importantly, it's a community that isn't toxic, okay? We don't do the showboating. We don't do putting other people down and all that stuff, okay? We just want to get better, make money, and use the resources that are in there. So if you're interested in joining the Discord, if you actually want to see me trade live, press buttons, walk through trades and all that, click the link pinned in the top of the chat room, or you could click the link at the top of the description of this live stream, and I'll make sure to give you a warm welcome inside. Everybody else who's already in the Discord, live trading tomorrow morning at 9:30, and I'll see y'all then. All right? Peace.